I find it oppressive that these countdowns go backwards.
Okay.
I mean, I'm oppressed.
Weeby. Come on.
What?
Look at there.
Sorry. Hey, look at this.
Hey. Hey,
Man.
everybody. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Ron. How are you?
Doing great. I'm recovered from LeaperCon. How about you?
You're recovered already? I heard you had fled the country. That's what I heard.
Wish I could, but I have not.
No,
I am right here.
I heard you just packed your suitcase with some bones and you just went off to make a new life somewhere.
It is currency in some countries. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But
well, you need that vinyl. It's a critical component of your economy.
But as it turns out, the electric company here in Denton does not take bones in lieu of cash. So
Makes sense.
How you will.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So hi everybody. This is the Bones 5 live update for September 11th, 2020. I'm joined today by special guest Jason Weaving and behind the scenes Justin Elliott. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh man, Justin's voice—it's almost better than Proctor's voice. With that reverb.
Proctor's got a great voice for this. And every time I listen to it, it's very calm and soothing.
I completely agree. Every time I hear him, I think, he could actually do a podcast and be successful at it.
He could.
Yeah,
he could.
He's got a voice for it. Real quick, every time we do our show, we do this opening. And I always say, who was the person who did the intro? Who did the intro? We go, I don't know. I forget his name. And I said, I'm going to look it up. Last time I said, I'm going to look it up. And so from now on, we're going to credit this extremely nice person for doing that Bones 5 Live update intro. And that is Cameron Bezadpour. Cameron Bezadpour.
Good job.
Cameron, if you're watching, sorry for not remembering your name all these months, but we're never going to get it wrong again. And thank you for the work you put into the Bones 5 Live update intro with Pizza Dragon, Petey the Pizza Dungeon Dragon, and the arcade sounds. That's just awesome. That's fantastic. So thank you for doing that. Got it marked down.
Great.
Yeah, it is marked down now. People are sending me texts already. So, Jason?
Yes?
Today, we're going to look at some things from Bone. Who's? Is that you? Is that you?
Yeah, I just turned it down. I'm sorry. I was trying to watch chat.
Right. We're going to look at some things that some terrain specific. We're going to look at a lot of terrain. A lot of the Kickstarter encounters, for example, have terrain. They have characters, and sometimes it's so much stuff to look at that you sort of miss some of the details, or you see them, but you can't. You know how it is. It's just busy. So we're going to take a close look at some of the terrain from Bones 5 Live or Bones 5. We're going to look at some daimyo stuff. We finally have some daimyo samples. These are actual first shots. So we skipped the print. We skipped the PU sample. We went straight to first shots, and we've got some first shots to show you guys, as well as a few other things that you have not seen yet. You've seen the pictures, but you haven't seen the actual models yet. So we're going to look at that today. So I guess what we can do, Justin.
When you say PU sample, does that imply something other than like PU that stinks? Is it the composition maybe?
I believe, although this has not been verified, polyurethane.
Oh,
sample.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I wanted to clear that up. I thought maybe we were leaving some people behind in chat. So
no. So this is the way it was explained to me by our partners overseas. They say these are the PU samples, and so who am I to question? So when they say PU sample, I say PU sample.
As long as they're the best ones. As long as they're the best ones, not the PU ones, we're okay.
Yeah, they're not PUs. They're just excellent PUs. Hey, also real quick before we get started, look what I got behind me. Can you see that?
Wow, that's huge.
It's a giant ship.
It is a giant ship.
It's huge. Look at that.
Seeing it in your office, now we realize really how big the Reaper set was, number one. And number two, how big the ship is because it's in your office. Look at that thing.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Very
so. Okay. Bob and Julie said they couldn't make it on, but they are in chat. So hi, Green users, for joining us in chat today. Now I can't see chat. Yeah, I can't see it. Justin, you can see it, right? You got, or Jason, you can pull it up and see it.
What's that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Justin, you can too.
You know what? Maybe I don't want to see it now, Ron.
Okay, well maybe you don't have to.
Good.
But if I say Jason, both you guys will respond, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of go, if you want to, Justin, we can kind of go dealer's choice today. Since all the images I sent you are all just sort of labeled IMG_3361 or something like that, right?
Oh, perfect. But you got the numbers there. I got the numbers pulled up here. I should be able to get to it fairly quickly.
Oh, you want to do it like that?
If you want to. I mean, I can just go down the list. That's always easier. So
let's just, you know what, Jason?
Think of it as a test for Ron. Yeah, because Ron's got to come up with something right lickety-split as soon as we see that picture. So
perfect.
I'm anxious to hear this.
Picture one.
Here we go. Picture one. Okay, cool. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is Encounter at Galagard. This is sculpted by Kevin Williams. This is the Encounter at Galagard. This is the drawbridge piece of terrain you're going to get with that set. Now, we've shown previous images of this with it was the render specifically with all the skeletons sort of coming across the drawbridge and the Ranger Schumacher sort of on the side sort of spine. Well, what I want to do is just show you guys just the terrain itself. And we've had questions: does the portcullis, does it move? Does the drawbridge actually open? No, it is a fixed piece. It would be cool if we could do that, but it would be much more expensive to make this a hinged drawbridge and a movable portcullis. More parts, more expensive. So no, it doesn't move. It's a non-movable part. But I wanted to show you this. This is so cool. Now, Justin, go to the next photo.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's the port. Okay, there's the back side. So we've never shown the back of this, but there's the back of the image. You can see the chain from the drawbridge that wraps around back there. The texture that Kevin put into this is fantastic. I'll stop right there because that's the only image. So what I did is I took Sir Rictus by Bob Rodolphe. I put him. He's from the Dungeon Dweller set. I put him on the drawbridge just to sort of show you the scale. And then what you can do, I mean, even though you don't have to use the Sir Galagard miniatures, you can use any minis and make a cool little vignette or a diorama using this piece of terrain.
Diorama would be fantastic. And think how many times really you're at a gate in a game on the tabletop. This is perfect for that too. Yeah. You can use it. DMs can use it. Painters can use it for a vignette or a diorama. And Kevin did a lot of the work already for you if you're making a vignette or a diorama because, boom, there you go. You don't have to scratch build anything like that. But yeah, such a cool piece. And then you can, with the undead coming out of it, you can just make some really cool stuff with this. So again, we're just focusing today on just sort of some of the specific pieces from these sets that's specifically Encounter at Galagard. So that's really cool. I really enjoy that. I love the Bob Rodolphe skeleton. He looks great on the drawbridge. Good stuff. Imagine the moat you could put under that.
Yeah. And you know what? If you got two of these, you could take the or you don't have to have two. Hey, look at there.
Hey, kids.
You could just pop
Hey,
in.
it's Gene.
There he is.
Pop right in.
Over the top of the image. Gene, we're talking about terrain and stuff today.
Cool.
All
That's
right.
a cool piece.
Yeah, it is a cool piece. Kevin did that.
Mm.
Kevin Williams. That's Encounter at Galagard. That is the drawbridge and portcullis from that. We're going to sort of, like I said, sometimes you get sort of taken in by the skeletons and the other characters. We're just going to look at some of the terrain pieces from these encounters today. So that's really cool. Love that. Kevin did an excellent job. So kudos, Kevin. Good job. All right, so let's go to the next piece. Okay, so this isn't a terrain piece, but I wanted to bring this up today because this is the Dragon Slayer's power-up that we put in the Pledge Manager after the fact. Now, you've seen the fighter on the far right. You've seen the Barbarian, Red Sonja type girl on the far left, but we've never shown you guys the actual dragon and the wizard yet. The wizard by Barbara Dolphy, the dragon by Sandra Garrity. These are what we call the first shots. These aren't even PU samples. These are first shots. These are actual production models from the Pledge Manager. So this is kind of what they look. And one of the important thing is that dragon makes a great large dragon for role-playing games. He fits on a 2-inch base, which would be a large, according to the rules. He doesn't fill, his base doesn't fill a 2-inch base, but it's really close. So, but I want to take a look at that. And I think, guys, Dean and Jason, look at the scales on the dragon. Look how well those translated
really well. Yeah.
In the bone black.
Those are real nice.
Super sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The detail in the armor.
Yep. I do think that from what I've seen so far, there's some really good, well-detailed stuff in this set, and it seems to be reproduced with a lot of fidelity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. This is a good little set. Like I said, this was not part of the core set or anything like that. This was a power-up, so this is only added to the Kickstarter after the campaign ended. We added this just a few months ago, and you can add that to your pledge and get these the 3 characters in the dragon for a low price of something I don't remember. But, yeah.
It's low. Show you guys. Whatever it was, it's low. It's way too low.
It'll be cheaper now than later.
You're absolutely
right.
Get it while it's cheap.
Right.
Yep.
It's a bargain at twice the price.
That's
bargain at twice the price.
So, yeah, good job to Bobby and Rodolphe and Sandy Garrity for some really cool figures. Really good. I've got, actually, where did he go? Oh, look, I've got the little dragon right here.
That's the actual
This
first
is
shot.
the actual. Yeah. So cool. Such a good looking little dragon. You know, paint it any color you want to. Works out really great for that.
That's a really good encounter dragon.
It's great, and this isn't that bendy. The bendy bones. This is bones black, so this is really nice and sturdy. So good stuff there. All right, so let's go to the next photo. Justin, what do you got?
Let's see here. What do I got? I got this.
What do you got? Oh, okay.
Oh, the bridge with the stones going the wrong direction.
Yes. So this is the Bridge Trolls Toll encounter, featuring the farmer with his goat herd and the ambush troll in the water. And then what we didn't show in this photo is the troll nest or the actual river troll in the image. We wanted you guys to take a look at the detail on the bridge, the cool troll. You've seen the render of this, but you've never actually seen the actual model. This is a print.
That swimming troll is going to be a classic. I mean, that's going to be one everybody remembers.
Yeah, it's really cool. And yes, for those wondering or asking, Bobby did go back and fix the stones on the bridge. There was a reason, according to Bobby, why the stones did that. And if you want to know what that is, you can ask him when you see him in person. He will tell you exactly why.
Oh, it was the gnome union, right? Or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Never try to tell a story that detailed in a miniature. It just doesn't work.
It didn't work.
No one gets it, you know.
Right. So I don't have the bridge in front of me. I left it downstairs after I photographed it. But it's I don't know, 6-7 inches long or something like that. It's hefty. It's a good chunk of plastic for sure. And Artem Zoloff, or I forget the farmer's name. There's a little story behind this guy as well. It has nothing with gnome unions though. So, but the Bridge Trolls Toll, you're gonna get all this stuff you see here: the goats, the farmer, the ambush troll, the bridge, the troll you don't see, the river troll, which is really cool, that Michael Proctor painted for us, and the troll nest, which I think that alone is worth the price of the entire set. You guys remember what Bobby did with that? The troll splurt on it. You remember that?
Yeah, we don't need to go into that.
Okay.
It's okay.
Bobby's not here. You can skip over that. Skip over the cloacas and the whatever.
No,
Yeah.
see, we almost got through a whole episode without anybody saying that word.
But you know, you could take this bridge and somehow tie it into the Galagard moat or thing, and you could have a cool little set of stuff. So
You could.
Lots of stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the Bridge Trolls Toll. That is one of the Kickstarter Bones 5 options you can add to your pledge. But pretty cool. Okay, what do you got next, Justin?
This incredibly awesome sculpt from Kevin. Do you mind if I blow this up?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Like with Black Cats?
No,
Sure.
not that kind. Not that
Black
Okay.
cat.
I guess you could.
Black.
So
Yeah, like the fireworks.
Just go right over Gene. It's okay. He doesn't matter.
Sure.
you can go over me too.
There we go.
All good.
Or me.
This is Yog Sothoth. This is by Kevin Williams. We added this in very near to the end of the Kickstarter campaign. We got a render up, and you've seen renders. And Michael Proctor is painting this on the crow's nest. So I don't know if he started on it yet, but I think he has. Yeah, he has. And so he's working on this, and it's really cool. And if you scroll to the next photo, Justin, that should be another Yog Sothoth image. There's the back. Kevin really engineered this really cleverly so that there's not a lot of weight on the model it looks floating, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I was going to say that the action in it is great. The whole thing comes
he
together
did an
really well.
insane job. I agree.
Yeah.
This is one of the coolest
Super cool.
pieces I've seen.
Yeah, I love the way he's grabbed the obelisk and it's cracked and falling over, and he's just grasping that. There's a side view, that's his left side, and it is spiky and tentacly and eyeballish and just horrible, just wonderfully horrible. And Kevin did an amazing job. Again, you guys have seen the render in the Pledge Manager and on the Kickstarter, but unless you've watched our streams, you've never seen the actual model in hand or whatever. This is that. I think I've got a shot of him with Sir Forescale to give you a little bit of a idea how big he is. There he is. So yeah, I mean, like
Or Sir scale.
Imagine that hovering over your campfire.
Yeah.
You wake up, look what you see. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I don't think Gooseneck could eat his way out of that one.
I don't think so.
So do y'all have Reaper Errant tonight, or is that next week?
That is.
I think it's
Next week.
Yeah, it's next week.
We had it last Friday during ReaperCon.
So if you've never seen Reaper Errant and what Gene's reference to Gooseneck is, you guys should watch that on every other Friday. It's not this Friday, but next Friday. So there you go.
Friday.
There's Yog Sothoth by Kevin Williams. So
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Fantastic piece.
So again,
I'm going to have to add that, I think.
Not really terrain, but again, something you guys haven't seen before. So really cool. All right, what we got next, Justin?
Let's see here. We got. Bam.
Okay. This encounters. Oops. This is the Spiders of Imrith Cull. So it's a little encounter set based around a halfling who is going to the ruins of Imrith Cull, and he encounters what else but spiders. And so if you blow that up, Justin, can you blow that up again, that image?
I will. Hold on. I was fixing
Okay.
the scene here. Gonna just
Oh, okay,
change the
perfect.
layout.
Perfect.
Change the
Fantastic.
layout on
Look
this.
at that.
Although, I mean, I
Look at that.
would prefer to keep Gene behind the photo, but I guess
You don't get this kind of technical wizardry cheap.
So
How's that?
This
That's
is
great.
Bob Rodolphe sculpted this set, and it's so cool because again, you see the render and the Kickstarter or the graphic, but you don't zoom into the base and see all the bones, all the spider egg sacs, all the detritus, all the just the nitty gritty detail that Bob added to it. You've got the husk hanging from the webs in the upper right hand corner up there.
Mhm.
The statue with the crystal ball. Just a really cool set. And again, the Sir Forescale is going to give you some idea of the size. It's actually, because of the perspective, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's much bigger than what it looks there. It's a good chunk of terrain for that. Bob did an excellent job of bringing this thing.
That's a human scale carcass hanging there on the end, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little desiccated carcass hanging back there. It's really
Sure.
cool. We got a couple other photos with the spiders in the photo themselves, or the spiders themselves in the photo. There we go. So these are just two of the spiders you're going to get with this encounter. There's two small spiders as well, plus, again, the halfling adventurer who sort of stumbled upon the spider's lair. And what's cool is this set goes great with Arakoth, the giant spider from the humongous spider from one of the other options. We're not showing him today, but yeah, I mean, with all these Bones parts or the Bones 5 encounters and all these terrain bits, you can make so many different encounters, so many different adventures with all this stuff. It just really tells a story and just will aid DMs into sort of bringing their games to life. So
think
cool.
about a cake topper. Imagine this as a cake topper.
Yeah,
it'd be absolutely fantastic for your Halloween party or your wedding.
And we've got a back shot, Justin, if you want to show the back. And there's the two spiders. Like I said, there's the hairy spider, and then we have the hard shell spider. So you get two different kind of spiders, so you can do that. And there's the back of it. It shows you all the terrain, all the cool. You know what? Bob Rodolphe, his stone texture is unmatched. It is unmatched. He just does the greatest, coolest stone texture. Right? It's just amazing. Yep. It's something you don't really think about.
Can you get extra spiders?
Not through the Kickstarter, but when it comes out, after the Kickstarter, you will be able to. Yeah, you'll be able to buy packs.
Because 4 isn't enough, Gene. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, you should have at least 10.
Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah, why not?
The two small ones, the two big ones, and Bob designed those spiders such that they will hang over the edge of the top of that thing and make it look like they're crawling down. It's really cool and really creepy. So, really good stuff. Yeah, that's a great encounter. That's the encounter at Imrith Call. So that's a good encounter. All right, rolling on. Okay, here we go. This is the Shadows of Ravenspire. So again, we took out the characters, the vampires that are in the story, the vampire hunter, and just showing you the terrain. If you like Jason and I were talking before the show, even if you don't use the characters, if you're just a painter and you just want the terrain, the Kickstarter price is well worth it to pick this stuff up, because those 3 bits alone, you could build vignettes, dioramas. It's good for wargaming. It's good for role playing. I can just imagine, man, the stairs alone, of course, that's the central piece to this, because it's just, you've got the different levels and things. But man, you can do some really cool stuff as a painter with this terrain. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
I'd buy it. What you're saying about the value, it really is something else. I mean, when I was running more games, I would have loved to have terrain at this price.
Yeah.
And the miniatures at this price. No, I think it really is tremendous. I can't wait to see what people do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some cool stuff. I mean, the one thing I was thinking of the first time Bob showed me the green that he sculpted for this, again, it's more that excellent Bob Rodolphe stone texture that's just amazing. The piece on the left, I'd imagine doing a vignette showing a character with a lantern and his shadow sort of against the wall behind him, and almost like this shadow, like a shadow monster from role playing, had come to life, and his shadow is stalking him like a creature. So there's so many cool lighting.
Sounds like you've got your Sophie winning entry for next year's ReaperCon.
That's right. I'm already working on it.
Yeah. So much you could do. You could add.
That's a great idea.
You could add bones. You could add rats. You could add spiders to this one.
Hey, and if someone wants to take that idea and do it, go for it. I'm not going to stop you from doing it, even though I'll probably do a great gold medal job. I don't want to stop people.
You don't want to hog all the Sophies.
No. So good stuff here.
Bob does stuff I regularly look at and wish I would have done it. I wish I could do it.
Yeah. That's some of the best praise you can get right there. And when you get this set, you're also going to get the vampires and the vampire hunter. And again, these encounters just tell really cool stories. DMs can make their own stats, their own encounters. Very evocative, very thematic, very cool. So good job, Bob, on this set. All right. What you got next, Justin? Okay, cool. So one of the common questions we get is, hey, I've got the bone or the ship or the boat from the Bones 4. Golly, the Bones 4 Kickstarter from the Dreadmere expansion. I've got the boat, which the boat we sold out of since we got it in and sold and put it in distribution. It's out of stock, right? But people are like, I need to know how big the sloop is compared to the Dreadmere boat. Well, there you go. This shows you exactly how big it is. So you can use now various sized boats, and you can see now. When I shot this, I just sort of threw all the stuff in the boat like that. But it's got some oars, it's got seats which are removable, it's got a trunk, there's a body that's bundled up. You can see it right there in the middle.
I was going to say, that looks like a body. I was going to ask, is that a body?
It does.
Yeah. I was like, Chris, you got to do a body.
Wrapped in canvas?
Yep. And I said, and so Kevin Williams, I think we've gotten to the discussion before, he says the body is not living. I say, no. That's a live body. It's someone struggling.
It could be either.
It could be either. Yeah, it's pretty dark subject matter regardless. So the mask comes out. You can glue it in if you want to. There's another shot of Sir Forskill in the boat next to the sloop. Again, I just sort of jumbled all the stuff in there. Chris Lewis did this. He did both of those ships, or both those boats, watercraft, and they're really cool. They're really great.
Chris Lewis, the
as
Pirate
well as
King.
The one behind you. I was going to say, he did the one behind you as well.
That's true. Do we need to show that again? Yes. Chris, the watercraft.
Chris Lewis Shipyards.
That's right.
Yard.
Chris Craft.
Yeah,
Chris Craft. There we go.
So cool. Anyway, yeah. So if you ever need a boat, just ask Chris Lewis. He can tell you all about boats, more than you need to know. But that is in the Brinewind Extras option. It's not in the Brinewind expansion. It's in the Brinewind Extras, where you get things like these barrels. Justin, you want to show you this? Oops. Jumped the gun a little bit.
Barrels of monkeys.
That's a barrel of monkeys.
These. There you go. The barrels. Now, these barrels are all together. They're already attached. But you get the horizontal barrels, the vertical barrels. These look good in those boats as well. The Brinewind Extras expansion, or the Brinewind Extras option, is going to have a lot of cool terrain like the docks, the barrels, and that sloop. So
it's really not optional, everybody. You need that stuff. It's not an option. If you're going to go into Brinewind, you need all that stuff.
All right. Yeah, that was a good segue from ReaperCon, Brinewind. All right. Now, last time we did the update, we showed you the encounter at Mandapar Pass. We showed you the temple, the Yeti Facade Temple. What do you call it, Jason?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, today's the Temple Facade.
What? Oh, yeah. I call it the facade, I think.
Okay. So
Temple Gate.
Which is just cool. It's just so cool. So today, here are the actual models. These are the actual prints from that set. And so you've got the 4 Yeti. You've got the 2 snow leopards. You've got the dwarf Sherpa. On the left over there, you've got the altar, which is, that's one of my favorite pieces in the whole Kickstarter. It's just so cool. Now, Daryl went and glued the items on top of the altar to it, but it's a sprue. You'll be able to glue them where you want to. So the Yeti scalp.
Yeah, you can take those little items off and make it whatever kind of altar you want, really.
Yeah. It's a good crude altar. You could do a lot of really neat stuff with it, a lot of pagan stuff. Really cool. Jason, what do you think about the way these turned out?
I really like them. I'm kind of anxious to get my hands on a set.
Yeah.
But from what I see and what I've seen in the production pictures, they're really looking sharp. I wasn't sure how everything would come together because, frankly, I haven't done a whole lot of terrain pieces like this. So this was a real blast to do and try to work everything out and try to imagine the figures on it and through it. On the back side of this, it's just an actual little cave complex type thing. So it's got a whole different attitude from the back there. But I'm very anxious to see it. Yeah, the snow leopards, I'm anxious to see how those worked.
Yeah, they look good. They look really good. These are, like I said, these are prints from our printer we use here in-house, and they look really great. And unfortunately, from the angle that I shot them at, you can't really see a whole lot. But yeah, Jason did an amazing job on it.
And this reminds me of something with all this terrain is you can lavish as much time as you want in painting it, or you can probably use a quicker technique to paint it and get it on the table. I mean, obviously airbrushes would help, but like this one, you could paint all stone, or you could go back and do gold leafing on parts of it, or even inlay some gems in there, for objectives for your campaign. And that's one of the cool things about any of those pieces of terrain is you can paint it quick, get it on your table, or you could really lavish a lot of attention on it.
Yeah. And, looking at Nepalese art, it's got some bright, vibrant colors, and I can see, painting this facade and some of those colors that look have been faded over the years.
Chipped off and faded would be really neat. That'd be a really neat way to do it.
One of our longtime friends and customers, good Reaper supporter, her name's Dr. Helen Varner. She painted a really cool dwarven entrance for us. She made it and painted it herself, and she put snow and all kinds of stuff over it. And every time I see this, I think of snow and ice and things like that all over the face of it.
Yep. Although you could do a jungle too.
Yeah, I was just thinking you could do a jungle just as easily.
Yep.
So, and here you go. Here's your tease. Here's your tease of the day. Jason and I were talking last week about something for Bone 6. That is,
which was confirmed, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was confirmed.
Well, it is now. It better be, because I've already got it being made in my head.
Thematically similar, I guess, if we could say that. I guess I don't know.
It could be an expansion. Sure.
When Gene said jungle, it sort of that was reminding me of what we talked about.
Yeah. Who likes jungles? Jeez, I can't think of anybody.
I know. So there you go. There's your Bone 6 tease right there. Some sort of a jungle encounter coming up. So what will be in it? Wait and see. All right.
Wow.
So
holy moly, look at that thing.
So this is the charnel pits of the Ghoul Queen. Again, guess who did all the stone texture?
Well, that's got to be Bob.
Can't be anybody but Bob, I don't think. Yeah.
So what we've got here is the charnel pit of the Ghoul Queen. So the first image, there you go. It shows with the bone pile in the well. So the idea behind the encounter is there are these ghouls who are grabbing travelers and passersby and dragging them back to their bone pit, their charnel pit, and making sacrifices to their undead god of the ghouls, whoever that may be in your campaign world, and where they kill them, eat them, and throw their bones into the pit, what have you. Love all the little bones around the pit. So cool. It's just going to look so good painted up. And what I like that Bob did.
That's hours of sculpting right there. Those bones.
Hours and hours and hours, days and days, weeks.
Yeah. Now this doesn't show all the bits from the charnel pit of the Ghoul Queen. This is just the main core piece of terrain. There are some standing stones which are so cool, but I didn't get those shot today. But what's cool is on this set, the bone section comes out, and if you want to, you can paint that like water. Then you have a pile of bones like this. So, again, just with that one piece of terrain right there, you've got two really cool pieces of things, two terrain items you can use. The pile of bones can be used anywhere else. The charnel pit itself, it's just a cool thing. Like I said, you could paint that smooth area like water. You could cut it out and just make a bottomless pit out of it. There's a lot of things you can do with these things.
Well, you could fill it in with water or sludge, and you could even put sludge over the bones. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff.
You could use it with Jason's Mandar Pass.
Yetis
are eating the tourists.
Yeah,
you could probably figure out how to fill it with beer and some straws.
That's a fun one right there. You go. Just have some dwarves
there's your new margarita cup right there.
See, this is the bonus content you get from watching the Bones 5 live show. We're not charging you anything for this. This is free content.
You get what you pay for, right?
Right, you're tapping right into your mainline creativity right here, people.
Yeah. I gave you guys the shadow painting idea, and now Jason gave you the beer idea in the pit. What else can we give you next? Who knows? Again, how much did this cost you? Nothing. This is free content. We call this DLC.
And for only pennies more than nothing, you can buy these great sets.
We expect that at the next ReaperCon event that's live, we expect you to show up with your charnel pits and straws. You can go up to Bob Rodolphe and say, "Hey, Bob, we love your new drinking vessel."
Your sippy cup.
Yeah, and if you're not a drinker, maybe applesauce, something like that. Applesauce would be good. Maybe those after dinner mints, or a really creepy diorama, just with lights under it. Oh man, imagine that
coming out.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so much you could do with this. It's an indispensable piece.
This is what we like to do at Reaper. We like to give you more for your money.
That's right.
More for your.
That's right. More than you have a right to expect.
That's right. That's right. So be creative with your dioramas. Be creative with your encounters, and do some cool stuff. All right. So there's the charnel pit of the Ghoul Queen. Okay. Oh, here we go. So now, world premiere of some items from the Bones 5 Daimyo expansion. We've not showed anything but renders up to this point. This is the first time you're actually seeing. Oops! I hear someone who's got their volume up. Who is that? Doesn't matter. This is
Frankie's snoring over here. I don't know if you hear that, but that's the only thing that's got volume up.
So this is the Oni. This is the Oni from Daimyo. So yeah, he's large. He's supposed to be. He's big. He's a monster. He's not just a skeleton, an armored dude. He is Chris designed this guy as an Oni. So he is large. I believe that's a 3-inch base he's on. You know what? I'm going to tap my brakes on that. He's big. He's that big. I'm not sure how big that base is. I don't want to lie. So show the next picture, Justin, please. There he is without Sir Forescale. So you got Sir Forescale there to show you how big he is, and then now here he is without that, unfettered with Sir Forescale.
I think that's probably a 2-inch base, but that's still pretty big. I mean, that's kick your ass, total party kill big right there.
Yeah, I believe you're right. It's probably. I don't know, man.
Well, you can see the skeleton, the human skeleton down there by his feet.
Chris did a good job
maybe
detailing the base. Just an amazing job on the armor. Chris really went all in on the Daimyo expansion. He pretty much created almost everything in the expansion by himself. Jason, you did a few pieces yourself, but and the dragon you did. Yep. And Chris did pretty much the rest of it by himself. So he really got all his Japanese research and did some cool stuff. All right, so that's the Oni. All right, what else we got in this set, Justin? Oh, there we go. Speaking of Weeby, here's your goblins.
Those are my little goblins.
Yeah, these are your Eastern goblins.
Team goblins.
Yep. Turned out really good. These are in Bones Black. Yeah, really, really cool. The shuriken.
Love the guy on the sword.
The guy on the sword. Yeah, it's a good way to elevate him and make him look like he's leaping without being clunky. It looks really good. I think it turned out really, really well. Good expressions on the faces.
If you ever wanted to know how a goblin could punch you in the jaw, that's how. Right there.
There you go. So
these are all. I don't know about you, but I've always wanted a shuriken throwing goblin. So
guess what? Now you got it.
There's one here. You could get two if you wanted.
You could. You sure could. One with nunchucks. It's or kamas. You just covered all your bases on that one. All right, let's go to the next photo. Yeah, that's the next photo. There you go. There you go. Now, that's the ogre mage and his goblin flunkies. They're about to go kick some adventurers' asses somewhere.
That ogre mage is cool. He's really cool.
Thank you.
So good. So cool. And every time I look at him, I go, he's got a necklace of fireballs. He's going to just kill somebody. Yeah.
Yep.
That's my favorite piece. Oh, yeah, that guy's cool. My favorite piece in the Daimyo set. I haven't liked it better than the dragon. Yeah, the ogre mage is super duper cool.
Well, that was one of the first pieces I did for you guys was an ogre mage. So it was kind of nice to revisit that idea.
Yeah. Love this new one so much. The old one did so well for so many years. It's a good metal model. But I love this guy. Love this guy. And there's some
And
force field
he's
to show you.
also got a basket on his back.
Yeah, and I didn't
Like
show you the shot of that. But yeah, he's got it's detail all over him. His pauldrons and I don't know the Japanese name, but all his armor bits have got detail.
I don't know either.
Super cool. Good set. That's a good model. He's got a sword on his side. Yeah. Now these are the
Look at those.
Japanese grave markers by Chris. All right.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice bits of terrain you can sort of add
Those
to
are
your.
really neat.
Yeah, they're really cool. Chris did a lot of research into Japanese tombstones and Japanese culture in general, just to sort of, and then we sort of took it and sort of gave it a fantasy twist. But there you go. There's the Gorinto, I believe it was like a Gorinto. I'm going to butcher it. I'm sure someone knows better than I do. So there's that. Okay, those are cool. Nice bits of terrain. There's the harpy that Chris sculpted. Super cool. Really cool. And again, these are in Bones Black.
Is she normal human size, or is she a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller?
She's human size. Yeah, she's human size. Chris did a nice job with that. Got a lot of animation. Really cool. Really nice. Nice job, Chris. Let's see. Yeah, again, you need, when you can make, and this is my crap photography, when you can make a figure fly and without using a flight stand or something like that, if you can be very fluid with it and very, unobtrusive with your flying mechanism, it turns out really well. Chris did that with the harpy. Mm-hmm. This is the I'm calling it the Japanese arachno assassin. That should make a lot of people happy. When we were designing the daimyo set, I said, Chris, I need an arachno assassin that's a samurai. He goes, I got you. So we did this amazingly complex but really cool undead arachno assassin guy. My crap photography won't show the goodness of it, but it's really cool. It's super cool.
It looks cool.
It is cool. It's a really cool model.
It looks like it would slice and dice you worse than a pair of good Ginsu knives.
Yeah, it's got 6 of them. Sorry for the bad photo, but it's a really sharp model. Don't let the blur discourage you. It's sharp. It's crisp. It's just my horrible photography. My phone didn't want to focus. Didn't know where to focus. There was so much depth to that model. But that's a human-sized model. Really cool. Yeah, good stuff there. All right, what we got? This is one of my favorites. I like it not as much as the Ogre Mage, but this was the Undead Samurai on the horse. And I'm sure there's a name for it. So excuse me for not knowing it. But Chris, again, did all the research into the Japanese armor on the horses, the barding. And the guy's just super cool. It's just a cool model, man. I don't know what else to say. It's just it's creepy. It's evocative. It's just really, really cool.
Yeah, it's really ghostly.
Yeah, and the skull. And there are 3 other undead samurai in the set. This is just the one on the horse we wanted to show you today.
Too bad you can't get that in glow in the dark.
Yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be killer.
That's a good idea, Gene. Now you got me thinking.
I know.
Dang, should have done that with all this model.
Maybe Bone 6.
Maybe so. Maybe a special run for Halloween next year.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea.
Just have a whole graveyard run. Take all your undead stuff and
that was it.
Put it out there.
That was all the photos?
That was all the photos.
Wow.
That was short of 1 billion, Hawkins. You told me there was 1 billion picture.
I said
that was a few short. That wasn't even 1 million, I don't think. I lost count, but there wasn't 1 million, I don't think.
I don't even think it was 50, but it seemed like it at the time.
Maybe it's 1 billion pixels.
Yeah, for sure. We've updated the Reaper Pledge Manager with a few new photos. And, for example, if you go to the Dark Depths expansion, you'll see a lot of updated photos in there. We've added single photos of every single item. Michael Collins did that for us. He also photographed the fan favorites. We've done some single photos there, so you can go take a look at those. Kalinzar the Dragon. We've only shown a render so far. We did show some photos in an update, but now you can go look. Instead of digging through Kickstarter for the update, you can just go to Kalinzar and just look at him right there. I'll be adding the photos of Yog-Sothoth to the Pledge Manager. Plus, these photos you see today, I'll be adding those to the Pledge Manager as well, just so you can get a closer look at some of the items and all these options and encounters and things like that. So, well, that was a lot. That was a lot of stuff. So,
very cool. Get your pledge managers loaded up with all those expansions so you can D&D some really cool scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much of this stuff is going to be that kind of stuff where you go, God, I wish I would have got that. Or you're in a store and you said, geez, I could have picked that up for half the price or whatever. So
yeah,
or whatever the price break is, I don't remember.
We don't know how we're going to be putting this into distribution after the Kickstarter. So, there's one thought that we put out the Encounter at Mandapar Pass as one set. So you get the facade, the temple, the Yetis, and the snow leopards and the dwarf and all that stuff, all the other pieces as one box. Or do we break it up and just do everything as a separate thing? I know consumers are probably like it just to do it a la carte. That way they can get extras.
You do both. I got to get a nice box to put on my shelf.
Yeah.
Something else to consider is how long you're going to have to wait for it to get into distribution. If you don't jump on the bandwagon now, you're going to have to wait at least a year.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep. And everybody.
Who knows?
Everybody else on the block is going to have one, and you're going to go to their houses, and you're going to say, "Man, I wish I had one of those," and they're just going to laugh at you.
So here's the way it works.
They won't pity you.
Huh?
Sorry.
They won't pity you.
I said they won't pity you. They'll just laugh at you. There won't be any pity because everybody knows you could have bought it now.
So the way it works, let's just pretend timeline. Let's just say we fulfill in March or April, whatever. And then what we'll do is we'll get everything cleaned up, and then we'll start releasing things into our distribution. But when I say distribution, that means we're going to start selling to our distributors, our retailers, and direct to consumers at the same time. That's what we call distribution. And we'll start, putting these things out, a few figures at a time. We have these Bones monthly assortment packages we sell to our retailers and our distributors. And we start putting them out at chunks, 10 to 20, 25 models at a time, but with 600 models.
Yeah,
it's going to take a while.
Exactly. It's going to take a long time.
Yeah. I mean, you guys already know that the Skeletal Dragon, the Dance of Death, the Dragon Turtle, Argent, these models.
Well, even those little Rockies. Look how long that took to come out.
Yeah. They came out.
Just came out.
And then they sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Get them while you can, folks. Get them while you can.
Yeah. The Dance of Death, the Skeletal Dragon, Argent, Sea Turtle or Dragon Turtle. We fulfilled those in April 2019, and here we are in September 2020, and they're still not out in distribution yet. So you're going to want to get these, and it happens every year. Oh, I missed the Kickstarter. Sorry, it's over. But let everyone know they've got until December 1st to put their stuff in, because after that, it's going to be a long
Get it while you can.
Get it while you
Yeah,
can.
that's coming up quick. It is
coming up very fast.
Between now and November, it's going to seem like a long time, but man, after that, it's going to go real fast. So,
yeah, and this year's kind of dragged at the same time. It's kind of gone by fast as well. I can't believe it's already. We're already in September, October. This October will be a year since Bones 5 ended. So it's just crazy.
And ReaperCon seems like it was just last week.
I know, it does seem like that, doesn't it? Thanks to you guys, speaking of ReaperCon, for helping out with ReaperCon. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining the sculpting panels and chatting with the whatnot. It was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, Ron. Thanks for having us. It was fun.
You guys, your crew, all the crews at Reaper did a very good job. I know it was originally just kind of a stopgap measure, but it kind of took on a life all its own, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really worthy production all the way around.
Yeah. It was a lot of work, and a lot of people put in a mountain of work. Justin, for example, put in a mountain
big shout out to Justin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
John and then Collins and Ed and Dave.
Yeah.
And then our moderators. Yeah. And then not people who volunteered, who did the Discord moderation. man, there's just so many people who do a lot of work for these things. So hope everyone enjoyed it. And I cannot wait until next year. And please, everyone, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we're going to see everybody in person next Labor Day. It ain't the same without seeing you guys in person.
We'll be there. Yeah, we'll be there. It doesn't matter what happens.
Oh, yeah, good. Just come on down regardless.
No, hey, I mean, if we're dressed in furs riding buffaloes, I'm heading down.
Okay. I got a hitching post. We'll just hitch your buffalo.
I know. Up. I look pretty good at furs, too, let me tell you.
You can rock those furs, Weeby.
I can.
So, you guys got any questions about Bones 5? Otherwise, we're going to ride off into the sunset until another week.
Before we ride off into the sunset and before they ask questions, remember, Ron, we discussed the dates for the upcoming Bones 5?
Yep, I was just about to get into that.
Perfect.
I was way ahead of you, Justin. So we normally do our updates, our scheduled updates are the first and third Fridays of every month. So what we're going to do is we're going to, because of ReaperCon and everything like that, so the first and third Fridays of September were the 4th and the 18th. Well, because of ReaperCon, today is the 11th. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our next update on September 25th. All right? And then what we're going to do, and we're going to skip the first Monday in October, since that's just 1 week after the 25th, and we're going to do the 9th and the 23rd. So the next updates are going to be September 25th, October 9th, October 23rd, and then starting in November, we'll be back to our regular first and third Fridays of every month. So I'll put this in the Kickstarter update when I send it out tonight, so you guys will have all the information, and we'll keep reminding you as well. So, but yeah,
I'm writing it in my Reaper U notebook. I'm writing all this stuff down.
I got my Reaper U notebook right here.
Yeah.
Taking notes.
Yep.
Fantastic.
On that note, I have a raid set up for us. So,
who are we raiding?
We're going to be raiding Nalindi, I think is how she says it. She's,
okay, cool.
Painting some stuff. I didn't have a chance to click over to see what she was painting specifically, but she's definitely painting some stuff.
Well,
someone in chat says, "Will it stay at 4:30?" Will it stay at 4:30?
I mean, that's pretty consistent because we're always going to have a Reaper land. Yeah, 4:30 is a reasonable expectation.
That's a good bet.
We've been shooting for 4, but it's just
that's not happened once, and I don't think it's going to. I mean, because
we start this at 1 o'clock. Everybody, just production is grueling.
Yeah, it is grueling. Yes,
it's just grueling. I mean, just my makeup people. That's an hour and a half.
Yeah,
and of course,
itself.
I only found out about it at 4:40. So
yeah, well, if you read your text and your emails, that might help.
Cranky Dog, that's always Reaper time. Every time we schedule something, it's Reaper time. So.
That's right.
Remember to send out the invitation to Gene. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Send it out. Post office. First
class.
I
keep getting left off.
Manually punching in vMix call links. That's great. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm glad we could do this because it does feel good to be back on the streaming horse after taking a little bit of a break. We'll be back in full force. For everyone listening, we'll be back in full force on Monday, and it's going to be fun. We're going to hit the ground running. So thank you guys very much. You want to give everyone a wave, guys?
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you guys later.
See you next
Bye-bye.
this month.